Right, good evening. If you do have a mobile phone, if you'd like to put it on silent, please, thank you. And tonight we welcome another new speaker in the form of Greg Hallett, originally from Auckland, New Zealand, and now Norfolk. Greg presents the Grey Connivance Ghost Queen in Purgatory. After years of research, Greg now questions the legitimacy of Queen Elizabeth II in her official position, going right back to the 53 coronation. Why might her position be in question, and for what end? A most unusual presentation. Greg's investigations, unsurprisingly, have led to a heap of trouble, both economically and of a physical nature. He maintains the websites, all the W's, theworldoftruth.net and the Hallett Report. Please welcome Greg Hallett.
Thanks. I have completed this current presentation in the last 3 days. So what I actually advertised is at the end of the slideshow. The reason I did that is what I advertise is in black and white, and what I'm showing you is in colour. And what I originally investigated was the royal styles and titles, and what I'm showing you now is the coat of arms, and they're more or less the same, and the stories overlap. So I'll just begin and throw you into the visuals. Can I put that down there so I can see the screen? Okay. Yeah. Just so, yeah. That's better. I can see the screen now. Put it up a little bit. Yeah. More editing for the film guys. That's actually why I did it. Pina Castle.
Can I just change something? More editing for Alex. Just
start again if you want to. Just start again. Start again because I'm so nervous. Oh! Cut! No!
I don't know what that's doing on there. Don't mind me, guys. Oh dear.
It's the supermoon.
It's just the supermoon, yeah, blame that.
And earthquakes in New Zealand.
Are there? I hope not. That's better.
Yeah.
That's
what was it before? Was it?
Yeah, that's the first. Right, are you right with that?
Yeah.
All right,
do you want to start?
Take two.
Do you want to do the intro again?
Do you want to do the intro?
No, we're all right.
Yeah, just come in again.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, just try clapping again. Wait, do that again. That's a bit better. Okay, the New Zealand coat of arms. So I was originally going to talk about the New Zealand styles and titles, royal styles and titles, and the Australian and the Canadian and the Papua New Guinea royal styles and titles. But they were in black and white, and the coat of arms are in colour. So I'm going to hit you with a whole lot of colour images because you can get the message a whole lot quicker. And if we get time, I'll talk about the royal styles and titles at the end. So this is your basic layout of the coat of arms. And then we've got the New Zealand coat of arms in 1911, 26th of August. That precedes the 16 December Crown copyright. The Crown lost their copyright from 1660 to 1911. They did not have copyright on their own material. So here's the New Zealand coat of arms. Its motto, in the motto position, is the word onward, and it's debatable whether the country was actually legally called onward. The woman is Zealandia, who's the daughter of Britannia, and there's two feathers in the Maori chieftain's headdress, and feather in Portuguese is pina, and that refers to Pina Castle and its sister castle, or palace, Estoi Palace, and Estoi Palace relates to the end times. So this is a slightly different version, and in the lower motto position it's got onward, In the upper onward position, it's got the British lion holding the British flag, and the New Zealand flag, there's only about 2 stars showing, 2 out of the 4 stars showing. And Zealandia's arm rests on the Southern Cross, which actually represents Temple Bar, because there's 4 secret stars at Temple Bar and 1 super secret star at Temple Bar. Now the brownskin's feet are showing again. I call him brownskin because he doesn't really look Maori. He's like a strange-looking white guy with brown skin. But his feet are showing, and the feet represent kingship. And then all of a sudden in 1956, New Zealand gets St Edward's crown. It replaces the British lion and the British flag. And it's said to represent Queen Elizabeth II. And when I say Queen Elizabeth II, that's just a reference so that you know who I'm talking about. I'm not acknowledging her as a queen at all, or even a royal, nor a sovereign. And the New Zealand flag is actually showing with the 4 stars. And it's got the Southern Cross, which represents Temple Bar. And in the motto at the bottom, we have New Zealand, and it has a diamond in the middle and a diamond either side. And that means that it's written in ancient Latin, which means it's not English, and it's in all capitals. So it is not English, it is ancient Latin gobbledygook. The slightly more Maori looking guy, chieftain, still has 2 feathers, so that represents Pena Castle and Estoy Palace. The golden fleece is now looking more gold. It's a wage sheep, or a golden fleece, or a sacrificial lamb. And the coat of arms of the Duke of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha and House of Saxony is starting to emerge. Sovereign means chief of the ordinaries, and a chief means high bend. So the highest bend you can have is this. It's your elbow raised high. So often you see the Joker and the Fool, and you'll see them in strange positions with a high bend. Yeah, that's because the Joker and the Fool knew everything. They knew what was going in the court, in the court. It also means, because Zealandia, daughter of Britannia, has a bent elbow, and the Maori has a super bent elbow, it means that they are the chiefs, and they're now, instead of looking straight ahead, they're now both turned inwards, and they're looking to St Edward's crown, which is in the motto position of New Zealand. So the whole world's run on predictions, and predictions are shown in the Royal Styles and Titles, and the coats of arms, and the Royal Sovereign Standards. So what they're saying is that New Zealand is designated to overturn or purify the sword of the House of Windsor and the Duchy of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. I've already purified the sword of the Duchy of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, and that's in volume 3 of The Hidden King of England. That's been accepted. We own that sword. And between 1956 and 1963, I was born in 1961, the New Zealand coat of arms presents a clear 33 on the Maori's cheek. And this becomes clearer again in 1963. You can see there's a slight alteration there. The one on the left is 1956 to 53 to 63, and the one on the right is 1963. And the one on the right shows the sacrificial lamb, which is a golden fleece. And the 3 ships of the Mid is a trinity of ships, and it relates to Portugal. Portugal has similar symbols, and it relates to the Trinity. And the 4 stars are now very clear, and they incorporate the Shroud of Turin, the Trafalgar Square victory, and the Lion of the Old City of London, and I'll show you how they relate. So the Murray's got 33 tattooed on his face, so we're looking at Illuminati information, and we're looking at things very closely, and we should be looking at things hidden in plain sight. And the first thing that stands out is that the Maori chieftain's coat is in the shape of the Duchy of Sachen-Coburg-Gotha sword and symbols. And also that of the King of Saxony, the Holy Roman Empire, the House of Wettin and the House of Windsor. So that was 1963, and then the new Royal Style and Titles Act was introduced to New Zealand in 1974, and then there was confusion over the Crown between 1975 and 1981. The expression "our Crown" is avoided, difficulties experienced, 1975 to 81. That's a quote from Noel Cox, The Honours Prerogative and Imperial Unity, 2010, pages 29 to 30, published in the Australian Journal of Law Society, 1998 to 99, page 14. And there soon became two crowns in New Zealand. The second crown became the Queen and Right of New Zealand, established in 2002. That's what I can see, but I think it was actually established before that as well. So that's the 1963 coat of arms. And on the Maori's cheek, can you see the 33 there on his cheek? Yeah? Okay, good, the slide's big enough. The two feathers mean Pina Castle and Eastwood Palace. And either side, if you look at the numbers around his cheek like that, it reads 11 MM, 33 on the side is MM, and then it reads V, 11 again, which leads to 11-2007, like two things in 2007. And I published How to Take Over the World, a Right Roll Con in 2007. And that's just showing the details. So the Golden Fleece is showing, the 4 stars are showing, Temple Bar, and here we go, look, here we've got the 4 stars. In those 4 stars, there's actually a face. If you can imagine Transformers, imagine a metallic face hidden behind the 4 stars, or Captain America. So what happens with the 4 stars? Yeah? Yeah? So, put more on that, yeah. So that's kind of interesting. The 4 stars by themselves relate to Temple Bar and the Royal Courts of Justice and the Templar Church. So all these things relate together. The 1963 Golden Fleece, 4 stars of the Southern Cross, Temple Bar, Shroud of Turin, Trafalgar Square victory, and the Lion of London. So this is a 1560 map of London. So the top left is a line without a head. So it's a line that requires a head. Or someone is the head and everyone knows who the head of the line is. And the line on the lower right is actually the line out of Trafalgar Square.